A 15-year-old girl learns her fate in a case the judge calls a hate crime.
A huge sewage spill in the Tijuana River is heading towards Imperial Beach.
Plus, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria joins us live to answer your questions. And can monkeypox be spread by trying on clothing or changing bed sheets? We verify. CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now. A 15-year-old convicted of a hate crime in Lakeside has learned her fate. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel in for Marcella Lee. The victim in this case is a black 16-year-old girl. The teen on trial and her boyfriend, who also face hate crime accusations, are both white. CBS 8's
Steve Price was in court this afternoon as the judge handed down the sentence and a chilling message.
The 15-year-old, who we are not naming or showing because she's a minor, was sentenced today to 120 days in the county's urban camp program for her role in a fight that the judge called a hate crime. It happened April 16th in Lakeside. An argument earlier in the day progressed to physical violence that night with a 16-year-old girl stabbed twice in the back. The person accused of doing the actual stabbing is a 16-year-old boy who has now been charged with attempted murder and a hate crime for allegedly yelling racist slurs during that attack. At this point, his case has not gone to trial. In fact, the DA is hoping to have him charged as an adult. But his 15-year-old girlfriend was found guilty here in juvenile court last month, the judge convicting her of assault for aggressively swinging a drainage grate and saying the incident was a hate crime because she used a racial slur earlier in the day when the fight first started. At today's sentencing, which news cameras were barred from recording, it was revealed that the defendant had a history of complex trauma in her life. Her attorney argues she should be immediately released for treatment at an intensive hospitalization program. The prosecutor argued for 2 years in custody, saying it's an issue of public safety and her need for ample time for intense supervision. In the end, the judge took the probation department's recommendation for 120 days in urban camp. According to the county's website, quote, the goal of the urban camp is to provide the youth with the training and skills necessary for successful transition and reintegration into society. The judge made it clear in court today that there are no winners here, saying, quote, this case involves hate and the consequences of hate. At the juvenile courthouse, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Somber message. Thanks, Steve. New development tonight in the criminal case against Larry Miliete, accused of murdering his missing wife, Maya. The district attorney's office now wants to interview the couple's children. Kelly James has been appointed the children's guardian in court proceedings. Her role is essentially to look out for their best interests. Today, the judge gave James the authority to make a decision on the potential interview of the children. Their father, Larry Miliete, does not have a say in the matter.
All right, the Padres are less than an hour away from taking the field against the Rockies, and tonight they do so with some fresh faces on the diamond.
Our John Howard is here with more on the newest Friars and their big introduction to San Diego this afternoon. What a day, John.
Oh, great day yesterday, another great day today. And I just looked at tonight's lineup. 3 new faces. Brandon Drury will start as the designated hitter. He came from the Cincinnati Reds, and get this, he was leading the Reds in runs, hits, doubles, home runs, RBI, total bases, and slugging. He had also hit safely in 17 of his last 20 games. Starting at first base, another fresh-faced Friar, Josh Bell. He's from Washington, brings a 300 batting average with him. And finally, Juan Soto, the big prize of this year's trade deadline. He will start in right field and hit second. He and Josh Bell were introduced to the media today. Soto is a rare athlete with a strong desire to win, and he's under contract to the Padres through the next 2 seasons.
I'm just thinking about winning. I'm just come to this clubhouse to bring the energy that I have, all the good vibes that I have to bring here is just to win. I'm concentrating on this year, where we are in the standings against the other teams. So I'm just thinking about win, like I told with AJ earlier today.
When we talk about, somebody that is extremely talented but wants to be the best and just constantly is just pursuing, this isn't a constant pursuit to be the best in the game. I think we all kind of took stock, Peter, myself, Eric, our baseball team, when we said, hey, if we get a chance to ever acquire somebody like Juan, that's the type of guy we want in the middle of our lineup and leading our organizations.
Now, the Padres play the Rockies tonight, game 4 of a 5-game series, and the Padres have won the first 3 games, and we'll have more from Juan later in the hour.
Another sewer line break in Tijuana that's flowing into the flood control channel that leads to the Tijuana River. The spill continues with millions of gallons every day, and it's not expected to be fixed until the weekend. Sean Stiles has the latest and shows us how the spill affects the beaches of Imperial Beach and Coronado.
It may sound like a broken record, but there's been another huge sewage spill in the Tijuana River Valley from the Mexico side. And it's only a matter of time until that sewage makes its way out into the ocean with this south swell that it arrives here in Imperial Beach.
We've had an advisory about a spill on the U.S.-Mexico border. 49 million gallons of sewage have spilled into the Tijuana River Valley. It has not reached the ocean yet.
As the mayor of Imperial Beach, Serge Dedina has been fighting for clean ocean water his entire time in office. This most recent spill is ongoing and continues to grow.
As I understand it, it's at the rate of 30 million gallons a day, and there could be more in the river. So that's obviously a problem. So we're looking at, a lot more sewage being discharged.
I spoke with Morgan Rogers, who is with the International Boundary Water Commission. He told me the spill occurred on Saturday when repairs were being made to one of the two main lines that carries raw sewage out of Tijuana. As the pipe came back online, the burst occurred. The raw sewage made its way into the flood control channel and eventually spilled over into Smuggler's Gulch. The break caused other problems because to fix the line, Baja officials had to shut down the pump station, which meant the international treatment plant on the U.S. side must work twice as hard. And it can't do as good a job with the sewage it's treating that's discharged into the ocean. Eventually, the sewage that has collected in the flood control channel is expected to make its way into the ocean. Joe Sable surfs IB and knows when it does, it won't take long for the south swell to bring the pollution north.
As strong as the currents are right now, I don't know how far the TJ River is. I know it's not far, but it would only take a day. Once it hits ocean water, I'm sure of it. This current had a guy just paddle out, and he's already quarter mile down the beach, and he's only been out there for 5 minutes.
The repairs of the repair are expected to take at least 5 days before the whole system can be put back online. And for Mayor Dedina, he hopes that these spills can stop being commonplace.
So this is a tragedy that is preventable, and we need a lot more investment in Tijuana and then our side of the border, so this doesn't kill us.
And with this ongoing problem with sewage out of the Tijuana River Valley, it's hoped that the two nations can come together with a solution to keep these beaches open and beautiful for everyone. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Hopefully we'll get a real solution soon. People in those South Bay beaches don't deserve that.
No, so much closure this summer.
Yeah, get that going. Okay, you might start noticing new freeway signs promoting San Diego's Convoy neighborhood soon. They call the area the Convoy Pan-Asian Cultural Business Innovation District.
The 6 new signs will be put up along the 805. Mayor Todd Gloria and council member Chris Cate started the initiative back in 2020 as a way to highlight the cultural district and promote Convoy's Asian and Pacific Islander-owned businesses.